Yes, yeah, it adds to the energy, and I think even gets the air moving. It's really good. Okay, well, now that the fireworks celebration of Independence Day is behind us, and in my hood, that took days, I thought about changing the word inalienable in our opening affirmative statement for the month, although we did much better this week. But last Sunday, many of us noticed that it's a word that's kind of hard to say unless we slow down to say it. And then it occurred to me that some words, many words actually, are worth slowing down for. It gives us time to consider what the word means, or what we mean when we say that word. And inalienable is one of those words. It's important for us to slow down in our rush to do our life long enough to remember that our freedom to do it the way we choose to do it, to live it the way we choose to live it, isn't transferable to anyone else and can't be taken away or denied by anyone else. And such is the definition of inalienable. It's a good word. It's been said that freedom is the oxygen of the soul. So whether after this month any of us ever say inalienable again, it's essential for us to remember that our freedom to live our unique version of life on earth wasn't given to us by the world after we arrived here. We came with it in our soul. Freedom is an intrinsic part of us. It's the way we spiritually roll. It's our nature as a spiritual being. Even while we're living in this seemingly limited human environment, to express ourselves freely and authentically in every moment. Science Mind tells us freedom of will means the ability to do, say, and think as one wishes, to express life as one personally desires. Because no one but us thinks inside our head without an invitation, which is to say, without our decision to make someone else's thoughts our own. And because no one speaks through our mouth or moves our body into action but us, we are absolutely free to think and say and do as we want to, as we choose to. So why don't we? Why don't we declare our spiritual independence in every moment? Why do we choose to let the world have its way with us in all the ways it does? With our health, with our finances, rather than choosing to individually express our life in the world our way, which is as unlimited in every way as we allow it to be. Often what keeps us from exercising our freedom is our belief that others know better than we do about what's good for us and the world. And so we follow advice. We take criticism to heart and warnings as gospel, without checking within us to see if whatever is being said to us feels good to believe is true about us or the world. We've all probably said more than once, well, you know what they say, you get to be a certain age. And so often, what they say about us and about the world doesn't bode well for any of us. When we're not trusting our gut, which is to say when we're not checking in within, we automatically, without any thought, think like others think, repeat what they say, and do what they say we should do. After all, they know more than we do. And often in the process, we judge others and sometimes fight against others who aren't saying and doing what they should. And it's not only our belief that they know more than we do that keeps us from exercising our freedom to think for ourselves and be ourselves. It's our worry about what they'll say if we do. Which brings us to the title of today's talk, and I was going to remember anyway. Who are they anyway? A few months ago, Laura gave me a copy of one of the daily guides that appear each month in the Science of Mind magazine. Because something I'd said in one of my talks back then reminded her of this particular daily guide. She also told me a really funny joke that my talk reminded her of, but I couldn't remember it, and she's not here this morning to ask, so we'll move on. But the guide was written by a colleague of mine, Reverend Duchess Dale. And she wrote, "Who are they? They seem to have so much control over our lives. Many of us allow this elusive entity or mythical group to influence our decisions and choices. We try to live by the rules of the elusive they, even if it doesn't feel good or right within us, even if it's confusing and confining to live that way. Why would we discipline ourselves not to live as ourselves? When it doesn't feel good to us to live any other way. When our subordination to human limitation doesn't give our soul oxygen, and we feel like we can't breathe freely. Often, it's because we don't want to embarrass ourselves or look weird. Maybe too late for many of us. Or make waves in the world. We try to fit in when we're created to uniquely stand out in life. All of us are. But even though it seems like the easiest path to just follow the crowd, they seem to know where they're going. There's safety in numbers. When we're following, we're not creating, we're imitating. When we don't trust ourselves to be guided from within, when we don't trust that our soul, our inner being, our true self is paying attention to the life we're living right now in this world, we don't experience the good for us that comes to us when we feel good within us about ourselves and the life we're living. We're not shining the light that the source within us is creating uniquely through us. And that's why we're here, to let it shine. In the Aramaic Bible and the book of Luke, we read, "No man lights a lamp and sets it in a hidden place or under a bushel, but over a lampstand, that those who enter may see its light." We're all here to be seen, to let our light shine. And when we do it all together, we heal the world. We expand our experiences of good. Many of us have forgotten that being ourself is what we came into this human expression to be. It was easy to forget that we're free to be, because we learned early on that things seemed to go more smoothly for us if we pleased those around us instead of the one within us. When we didn't disobey our mother, things went more smoothly for us. When we did what the teacher told us to do, we got better grades. Or at least we didn't end up in the cloakroom with our third grade teacher spanking us. Or worse, if we ended up in the principal's office. Most of us were so busy pleasing and appeasing others that we didn't think about what we thought about anything. And even if we did think about what we thought, we hardly ever said what we really thought or checked in within to see how we felt about what we were hearing and what we were supposed to think. Because back then, it didn't seem that what we thought and how we felt was important to how life goes. But we all know now, and we probably knew back then, it wasn't possible to please anybody all the time, or everybody any other time. And trying to do it then and trying to do it now is exhausting because it can't be done. Everyone in this world is unique as we are. Even when we feel like we're the only one that might be out of step. They're unique, they're as unique as we are, even when they're following a crowd and look like they're agreeing with everything. They're still unique in how they could express. We are unique in how we express. Because every one of us holds a unique point of view and a unique point of attraction, and no two of us, no matter how often we shake our head when someone's speaking to us, thinks exactly as we do. Whatever anyone else is thinking, even if it's about us, has nothing to do with us. Their own accumulated experiences in life, just as ours are, filter all that they see. And our experiences filter all that we see. And they filter it deeply until we're willing to clean it up. As Ricky Nelson sang in the song, The Garden Party, you see, you can't please everybody, so you got to please yourself. It's not what anyone is thinking about us that can affect us anyway. It's what we're thinking they're thinking. We're thinking about them, thinking about that. And I didn't know you were going to be here today, Jason, but Jason posted the funniest song. And if you get a chance, Google Flo and Joan singing a song about, I'll be thinking about you, thinking about you thinking about me, thinking about that for the rest of my life. And then it goes on to, and it's all the things it's all about, we're all regretting, and the only thing that filled their minds were all the things that embarrassed them and the colors of Joseph's coat. That was it. The only thing that has the power to affect us in any way, is what we're thinking about ourselves and how we're perceiving others. We're here to make waves, to live our authentic self from the inside out and create a unique expression of a living being on earth. And to experience more and more of who we're created to be. We can't experience the more of us if we're not even expressing what we know of us. To paraphrase a passage from that wonderful book, Reality is Optional, by Jeff Utter, we're not just a participant in this life. We're the radiant architect of it. Not to prove our worth, but to feel it. We are a magnificent, marvelous masterpiece. When we calibrate to or align with or blend with who we truly are, that masterpiece within us, when we live our life from the inside out, we discover how truly magical we are and how truly magical this world is as it moves as we desire to see it. And when we're living from that awareness, circumstances and events and wonderful people automatically move in our direction and things go our way. Abraham Hicks tells us the greatest thing you can give yourself is the freedom from what others think. We may have to tell ourselves over and over not to let the thoughts and opinions of others dictate our thoughts about ourselves and the world, or our feelings about ourselves and the world, or our actions as ourselves and the world. True freedom comes when we know we are the sole, S-O-U-L, architect of our experiences of life. True freedom comes when we release ourselves from the need for external validation of any kind. And then remind ourselves that we are a magnificent, marvelous masterpiece. And then let ourselves out so we can live in this world and paint a beautiful picture of life. When it comes to expressing ourselves, it doesn't matter what they say. It matters what the source within us has to say about us and to us. If our thoughts about ourselves and life feel good to us, even if no one else agrees, those thoughts and feelings are good for us, good for our health, good for our abundance, good for our relationships, good for everything that feels good to us. Nobody expresses ourselves like we do, because no one knows us like the one within us. And we can believe every word that our source has to say about us and the world around us. Namaste. All right. Can I get an amen? Going this way. Woo! All right. I like it. I'm going to miss it when winter comes. We'll have to have little muffs or something with amen on it. Kind of do something. Yes. Well, that'd be good. Yeah, that'll warm us up. Mittens. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Amen. A two-handed amen. Oh, you just wait. Wait until it gets cold. Should it ever get cold. Okay. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to officially say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being who you are and going out in the world and shining your light. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for what you add to this energetic, vibrational entity that we call LEC. Because you are that. And it doesn't exist without you. And thank you, if you're watching, that you've been supporting us, been showing up online. Google is watching. And you've been showing up, and many of you have been supporting us. But if you haven't, and you're wondering how, or you just want to feel better, or you just want to feel a part of something that allows you to be a rugged individualist and still a part of a group, this is the place. This is a good place to support. So if you don't know how, and something you heard today inspired you, or if you think next week will, and you'd like us to be around for next week, and maybe the week after that, than our wonderful, so bright, so keeps us going no matter what, miracle-minded treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you how.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I know it probably doesn't matter, but that was a great talk.
Well, it matters.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
I'm one of they right now, so. Okay. If you would like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, there are several ways you can do it if you're watching this online. Number one, you can go to facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center, hit the donate button. You can go to our website, lecflint.com. There's a donate button on that site. You can donate via PayPal, and in order to do that, our email address is lec2512@gmail.com. And lastly, if you'd like to send in a check, you can do so at our P.O. Box, which is Life Enrichment Center, 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And here in the sanctuary, we're going to be taking an offertory while we listen to Marcia Allen sing in this very room. And then our marvelous Reverend Stephanie will be up to do a gratitude prayer. Thank you.